Hey guys, Josh from SoccerReviewsForYou.com, bringing you my review plus on-feet video of the Reebok Zig Carbons. So as you can see, it comes in an all-blue Reebok box. I'll give you guys a quick look at the label here. It's officially called the Zig Carbon. The pair I have is a size 9.5 US. The official color is red, black, gray, and white. And these guys retail for $110 US. I believe it was a limited edition release that only sold on Reebok's website. I'm not sure if they have any left still, but if they do, I will leave links down below in the description to the two colorway options that were available. One being red, which is what I have here, and the other one being plain old black and white. So basically the attraction behind the Zig Carbon release from Reebok is that it features a full-length carbon fiber sole plate. Now if you look at what they wrote on their website and the videos they have, they made it seem very, very high-tech, but in all reality, a normal Reebok ZigTech runner just features a plastic plate base, whereas the Reebok Zig Carbon features a carbon fiber plate base, and that's pretty much the only difference you're going to find here. Obviously, there is a little bit of a difference in the overall construction of the shoe, but for the most part, that's the main difference between the Zig Carbon and pretty much all the other ZigTech runners. Now, the ZigTech shoes have been around for a little while. I owned the very first style of runner that they released when ZigTech was brand new, like 3 or 4 years ago. I thought they were really, really cool at the time, but I feel like since then there's been a major drop-off in popularity on the ZigTech runners, but I've always really liked the shoes. I feel like the upper designs that they put out nowadays are just really, really busy, but because this one had the full-length carbon fiber sole plate, which I'm really a sucker for carbon fiber, and kind of a more simple design on the upper, and they were only like $110 US, I decided to pick up a pair for myself, and overall I'm really happy with the product itself. It's kind of hard to tell what it's going to look like online, but in person it definitely is very, very nice. Really lightweight as well, so overall I'm just really happy with my purchase. Now to talk about the upper itself, it features a combination of synthetic materials. You do have this open ventilated mesh area in the forefoot and toe box area to allow for that little bit of extra ventilation. Obviously it is intended as a performance shoe, whereas the surrounding areas on the upper are made from like a textile material, if you guys can see that. It doesn't seem to be all that breathable. It's very thin and flexible, and it seems like it's going to be very durable as well. You do have your Reebok logo kind of fused in there on the outside, as well as the inside in black, and there's also these little dots kind of flowing throughout. They really have no purpose. There's just kind of a design element, and personally I think they look pretty good. You have your one pull tab here and kind of like a unique material. I'm not sure what you would call it. It's kind of like that almost looks like really fine Velcro, but it's not. I really don't know any other way to describe it, but you do have that pull tab there, which kind of gives the shoe a unique look. What's really kind of surprised me about the shoe itself is the liner here and around the ankle collar. It's kind of like a dry fit material, similar to what you're going to find on like a base layer from Reebok or Nike or Under Armour, and I feel like it's a really good idea to use this in a running shoe. It does have these kind of like a little bumps in there made from padding, just to lock your kind of heel down inside of the shoe, which is a really cool ideal. The tongue itself is made from the same material as well, and I'm not sure if I mentioned this, that it did come with an extra set of laces in red. I'll show you what these guys look like on the shoes a little bit later in the video during the on-feet portion, so make sure you stick around from that. The laces on the shoes that they came with were black, and of course you do have your little Reebok tab here on the top of the tongue. And the tongue itself, I'm not sure if I mentioned, is obviously in all gray. As you can see, you have your Zig Carbon branding there, right there at the base of the toe. And obviously, the Zig Carbon or the ZigTech outsole is really the main feature of this shoe, or really what makes this running shoe so unique from other running shoes out there on the market. The ZigTech system, I don't feel is a serious running system in my opinion as far as performance goes. You're much better off with kind of your more traditional type of outsole with different types of foam and stuff like that. The ZigTech is kind of based around energy transfer and movement across the foot, and it definitely looks cool, but I'm not sure that it really performs the part. Granted, I haven't really worn a ZigTech shoe recently in terms of performance-wise, so I really don't want to judge it too much for what it is, but from my past experiences with ZigTech, it's not really designed for serious runners in my opinion. It's more or less there just to look cool. What's cool about this particular ZigTech shoe is that you do have these splits in the zigzag pattern to allow for kind of additional flex points on the shoe. They're not huge splits, but they give it kind of a unique look from other ZigTech shoes out there, which is personally what I'm a big fan of. Obviously, it's in all white. You have these little kind of painted on black areas where the flex grooves are located, and of course you do have the see-through carbon fiber right there, kind of peeking through in all the gaps in the ZigTech sole, which I think is really, really cool. All these gray areas here are actually rubber, and it's actually a pretty thick layer of rubber as well, so you don't have to worry about the shoe wearing away. You can see I have a really generous amount of rubber in the heel, which is something that I'm personally really happy about, whereas all the white areas are pretty much just exposed foam that will, of course, turn black pretty quickly, I would assume, once you start wearing these guys outside. As far as the carbon fiber plate goes, it's a very thin layer of carbon fiber. You guys can see that there. And there is a foam layer over top to allow for some additional cushioning. But the majority of the cushioning, and that's really what's kind of interesting about the ZigTech system, is found in the insole itself, because it's a very thick, very padded insole. You can see it is black with your Reebok logo there in gray, and it's kind of like a very unique spongy material, very, very soft, but it bounces back really quickly as well, and definitely a very comfortable insole just as far as what you feel when you step inside of the shoe, in terms of allowing your feet to just sink into the insole and just feel really, really soft. So that's pretty much it as far as the unboxing portion of this video goes, and I'll move on to a quick on feet so you can get a better idea as to how these shoes look. Alright, here's a look at the Zig Carbons on feet. You can see I threw in the extra set of red laces just to see what they'd look like. I think they both look pretty good, but personally I prefer the look of the black ones. Leave a comment down below, let me know which one you like better. As far as the overall fit of the shoe goes, it fits a lot different than I was originally anticipating. I went with my usual size 9.5 for this shoe, and I have to say they fit a lot bigger than I had expected. They have some extra room at the end of the shoe, and the overall forefoot area of the shoe itself is very, very wide, while the midfoot is a lot more narrow cut. So it's kind of an unusual fit, and I also find the heel liner to be incredibly slippery. Even when I tie the shoes tight, I can feel my heel slipping in and out ever so slightly. So if I was using these as performance shoes, which I'm not, I would probably prefer going down to a size 9. But as they are, you definitely can go true size if you are intending to wear these as casual wear shoes. As far as a pair of summer shoes with shorts, they look great. They're running shoes, obviously. That Zig technology really does look cool. You can see it does compress a little bit when I do put some weight on the heel, and you can see a little bit of movement there. So there has to be some kind of truth to the technology itself. But like I said, for casual wear, it really doesn't matter all that much. And really what's important here is that the shoes are comfortable. Another thing to mention is, of course, the ventilation here at the front. It's incredibly well ventilated. The air passes through very, very easily. So if you're really trying to stay cool, this is definitely a great pair of shoes to do that with. So that's pretty much it as far as what they look like with a pair of shorts. And move on next to what they look like with a pair of pants. The ZigTech shoes from Reebok definitely have a distinct look overall, so you can definitely wear them with a pair of pants like I have done here. Obviously that zigzag sole will stand out no matter what you wear with, but if you don't mind having that more sporty look, then you can definitely get away with wearing these with a pair of pants. So that's pretty much it as far as what they look like on feet, and I'll move on to my final thoughts. Alright guys, that's it for my review plus on-feet video of the Reebok Zig Carbon. Like I mentioned earlier, I will leave a buy it now link down below in the description to pick up a pair of these for yourself. And if you guys want to check out the review page on my website, you'll find some high quality images of this shoe to give you a better idea as to how it actually does look in person. If you guys do have any questions regarding this shoe, feel free to leave a comment down below. And if you could leave a like on the video as well, it would be greatly appreciated. Subscribe if you're not already. Links to all of my social media can be found down below in the description. And other than that guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. And as always, thanks for watching.